Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be making a video all about how to counter the energies of chaos. And I'm moving around. I'm in different environments, as you see. Cool environments. I have my handy walking staff so I don't trip on anything or fall because it's Florida and, you know, the ground here. But, I mean, if you don't know, Florida ground is not all smooth or even. There's like potholes and stuff like that, as you can see, at least where I'm at. I've seen it on the road, I've seen it on sidewalks, etc. So it's very good for me to have a nice walking stick that you guys get to see as well. It's actually made out of blackthorn, or it's blackthorn. It keeps away demons and it does other things as well, but I'll teach about that in a different video about how you guys can use blackthorn with your crystals and etc. That's the first time you guys have probably noticed my staff. But on to the topic of how to counter chaos. Do I have a tripod here? Let's try it. It's a burnt down palm tree, so let's see if it works as a tripod. Yep, okay, so basically today I'm going to teach you guys how to counter the energies of chaos. One thing you guys can do is, okay, there we go. That worked. I'll show you guys at the end what the tripod is now. Hopefully it doesn't fall, because it'll fall into a steep hole unless I catch it, but how can you guys counter the energies of chaos? What does this mean? What does it mean to be around chaotic energies? What does it mean to be around something that's just taking away from your blessings? It basically means that, first off, how do you know that you're around chaotic energies? It's because things will feel off. Things won't feel good. You're gonna notice you're not gonna feel good, and you won't even know why. You might just not feel good in certain chakras. So basically, you might have like a strange anxiety in your stomach, like a weird feeling. A weird feeling is how it starts. You got to combat it from there. It could be physical or spiritual. If it's physical, you get it checked out. If it's spiritual, then you know how to combat it, because crystals and etc. But disclaimer, this is not a medical video. I've made several disclaimers. But you will have feelings of chaos kind of like coming into your life. Chaos can be a good thing. It can be if you make a game plan. And because, let me get into this right now. From chaos comes order. From just different events hitting is actually some of your most big blessings coming into your life without you even realizing it. Now, what's an example of this? The most chaotic event is what happened in 2019, is when the world shut down, and that made people, or it really broke people in half, and people are either still suffering or still doing well because of that event. I'm not going to say what the event is because it's YouTube, and no source online wants me to say the event's name, but people strived and they thrived, or they got deprived. I hope I didn't just catch a fairy on the camera. There's not any flies. There's not any flies around here. Okay. But okay, I'm just going to assume that wasn't a fairy, because whatever. But with chaotic energies comes order. It can be a very good thing, but you have to make sure that you're on top of it, or you're going to get devoured by it. Now, the easiest way ever, and I'm talking about chaos in the sense that there's general life chaos, just general chaos around you. It could be school's not going your way, your job's not going your way, you might have to get a new job, you might be upgrading without really realizing that you're upgrading at the time, and it's not fun. It makes you, it's not a good feeling. Maybe you're noticing friends are leaving you, and you have an option to become basically like sore about it and just get ran over from it, or you can be like, hey, this is time for me to really work on myself. Like, you can't detect your own energies when you're around so many people. You cannot. You can detect the energies of the people you're around, and that's influencing you, but you don't know how it's influencing you, and you're just going with the flow by default at that point. So that's just another example. I made videos about that too. So when you're just seeing nothing but craziness happen in your life, start making order from the chaos. Start combating the order of basically how the chaos is presenting itself in your life by making a schedule. Oh, if you have no idea what you're doing this week, if you have no idea how Monday's gonna go, how Tuesday's gonna go, how Wednesday's gonna go, and you have no game plan, chaos is making a game plan for you, and it's not gonna be fun. Sometimes it is by default, but good 90% of the time, you're just gonna be like, What happened? What is this? Now, make a schedule. I highly suggest you make 7. You can make 7 goals. I would make 10, 11, 12, 13. 7 is a good number because if you have no goals, and it's goals that you'll hit this week. Try this. Make 3 easy to hit goals, 3 challenging goals, and 1 goal that's just so different that it'll keep your mind going. You're like, okay, so let's say this week my goal is to do 3 major blessings on 3 sets of necklaces: money necklaces, protection necklaces, and love necklaces. Now, let's just say that's the easy goal because I already have the materials planned out. So the next 3 goals that is really tough: finding extremely rare crystals for you guys to wear as necklaces. It might take me some of this week, but it's going to be occupying time and blocking the energies of chaos because I'm making some order from the chaos. Now the last goal, something that's just it's a thinker goal. It's like kind of like, can I do this week? I might not, but I'm going to attempt it so I have some kind of ball rolling. And on the 7th goal, you're going to make something that seems kind of like just out of pocket. Like, okay, I'm going to make the craziest necklace this week. I don't know how, or I don't know out of what stones, but I'm going to start designing it. And I don't know how it's going to look, but it's getting your mind thinking, and it's getting your mind off of things that are not going your way around you. Because guess what? When you ask God for help, everything is going your way, but things just take time. It really, and it's hot out here, so I'm going to be wiping my face. Yeah, it's not gonna be overly fun, and maybe you're experiencing that now. It could be with school, and you better believe in school you're gonna see some chaos, but from that chaos comes order. From all the chaos in your classes, you learn something here and there, you develop new tactics and techniques, and you become more versatile at schedules and waking up at different times and just being thrown different things at you. And you have different, because I was a student, I went to the University of Florida, and it wasn't fun. I have dyslexia, and I was taking organic chemistry for the 2nd time, and I'm like, why can't I see this compound? Like, why isn't this compound, why isn't this isomer, it's like, I forget the names. I already forgot my organic chemistry. Well, the teacher told me she forgot her organic chemistry as well, but that's how difficult that class was, because I'm not gonna say who my teacher was, but it's normal for teachers to forget organic chemistry, because if you remember it all of it by mind, then you're an extraordinary human being / calculator. But if you are someone who's in school, you take those energies of chaos and you make it into a schedule. Because I remember the first year in college, it was completely chaotic because I had all these classes, and I had advisors to just take extra classes, do your thing with these extra classes. And I was holding information in my mind, and I'm like, and I hold information very well in my mind. Even with crystals I don't know about yet, I'll hold those informations about those crystals very well in my mind until I channel those crystals and live those crystals. But when it comes to school, I'm just using school as an example because maybe it's something at work. And when things keep getting thrown at you, write everything down, don't fall behind, and make sure everything's in order. And make sure, because the worst feeling ever is when you're lagging behind, you're behind in something. Like you're behind in an assignment, you have to turn in an assignment tomorrow. Maybe you had to do some chores before you went to work, and you're behind, and it's not fun when you're doing the chores now, it's not fun when you get to work, etc. So those are just the energies of chaos, and maybe it's just curveballs being thrown at you. There's different energies of chaos, but recognize that chaos can be a very good thing if you're someone who is keeping yourself in order, because from that order, new blessings will come your way. So what's another example? I just saw there's a banana tree over there. What if you're, I'm not going to use cooking as an example. Maybe if you're cooking and you mess something up really bad. Actually, I've done this before. You're cooking, you mess something up really badly. I've done this around Thanksgiving with, it was like pineapple with sweet potato and like orange juice, because it's like a marinade for a sweet potato that tastes delicious. And I dumped the whole thing of pineapple juice in it. And that was chaotic. But from that, I made order. I take a situation that was really like not going my way and flip it over, even though it's chaotic, and actually have the best tasting sweet potato, pineapple, orange juice, marinated potatoes ever. I know it's a weird example. Let's go into more of the mechanisms of spiritual attack. So this is different. This is a different kind of chaos because someone's shooting arrows at you. Let me say right now, if you're someone who's doing good, if you're someone who talks to God every day and night, or very often, spiritual attack, and you're doing 100% good, like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you're on the right track, you're being a good person, most of that spiritual attack won't make it to you, and it'll go back to the person doing the spiritual attack. If someone is wishing you harm, and I've seen this happen before, people will do like, what do you call it? Black magic for abortions, black magic for the breaking of legs. And what happens to the people who do the black magic for that? That person normally breaks their leg, or that person normally has some kind of abortion in their family or on them. So if you're doing well, it accidentally goes back to them anyway, because most people don't have the energy to get the missile off the ground to you. But if they do have a little bit of energy to get the missile off the ground to you, wear black tourmaline for one. I have that on my website, floridastoneman.com. Curses can't get through black tourmaline as long as you cleanse and charge it, especially with the sunlight. But what you do when you're under spiritual attack, they're sending you spirits, they're sending you lower level demonic entities. You get organized. You be like, okay, when I wake up, I know what I'm doing. I have goals. I'm keeping my mind busy. I'm confronting, I'm doing some shadow work. I'm confronting the exact emotions that don't serve me. So let's just say I'm going to completely ignore it that the wind just knocked the phone down. I think one of my angels is playing with me, but let's just say you are doing shadow work, but you don't know what kind of shadow work you're doing. And remember, I was teaching yesterday about how words truly hold power. So with your word comes power. Find the word that describes your situation and find the opposite word. Let's just say you're all over the place and you're a mess. You're unorganized, and that's creating chaos. You would write on the side of a glass of water, organized, or organization, and you would drink it, and you will become that energy, and you'll embody that energy. You'll feel a lot more, and you'll feel a lot more calm and better. But if you're stressed out or anxious, write down balance, and then you'll drink the water and you'll feel more balanced. If you're unstable, write stable on a glass of water, leave it out for 3 hours, drink it, and then you'll feel balanced. So this is a really, really, really cool way to be able to counteract. So once you know the shadow, you'll know the light that counteracts the shadow. You'll know the light that basically dims the shadow. So you have to find the exact words of chaos that's occurring in your life. If it's general chaos, then just do balance or order, or just instead of order, you can say calmness, or just whatever. You'll have to find the specific word, because I recommend the specific word for whatever you guys are dealing with. If you are feeling lonely, you'll write self-love, and then you'll put that in a glass of water and you'll feel good. If you're feeling paranoid, you would write the opposite of paranoid. Just go into your shadows and find the one word that defines what you're going through and counter that. Fight the energy. Do everything you can. Come up with a journal. One thing you guys can do as well, it's journaling. Come up with a journal and write down the next day, like write down tomorrow as if it's today, and then watch what happens tomorrow. You're gonna have a really good day tomorrow. So this is some ways you can counteract. And make sure you're not doing anything crazy. If you're drinking, doing drugs, you're fighting, you're hanging around the wrong people, you've invited chaos. And then when more chaos comes into your life, then the order is going to be made. But that's order that's going to actually be helping you regardless. So let's say you're around someone who's doing drugs, people who are fighting, etc., and you have chaos on top of that. That chaos might be a good thing for you, because you're not supposed to be around people doing drugs, etc. You know that's not good for you. And regardless, as of my point, from chaos comes order. You want to be on the right side of chaos, and you want to be on the right side of when the order comes, so that it's benefiting you versus teaching you a lesson. Like I said, with black magic, it's easy to just fully block black magic and send it back. Most of the time it goes back anyway to the person who's doing it. Especially, it'll be their own angels who send it back, just to teach them a lesson, like, hey, stop doing this, stop. And sometimes it's their ancestors doing it, etc. They have a lot of, if the person has good guides and it's their first time trying something or two, it'll go back to them, because their guides will send it back. They'll be like pushing, like kind of slapping a ball back at them, and it hits them. So cool. This is a good video topic. It's gonna help a lot of people. I'd like to show you guys my tripod now. It's a burnt palm tree. I bet you weren't expecting that. Interesting thing about this area is that I guess people were doing some kind of trying to start a campfire in a bunch of palm trees, like in the center of a bunch of palm trees, and the whole area caught on fire. So I guess that's my new tripod for this area. If you guys have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Until then, I will see you guys next time. Ciao.